everyone, and welcome. Today's practice includes a simplified yoga flow to open the physical body and awaken the energy body. Let's begin by coming into a tall seat, sitting comfortably, using any props to help you sit well. Bringing the thumb and index finger to touch will bring the hands face up onto the legs. Coming up through a tall spine. Begin to settle the eyes closed, taking the tip of the tailbone towards the earth, feeling that you're stretching the tailbone towards the heels of the feet, beginning to feel a slight elongation through the lower back body. Take a moment to draw your legs into the earth actively to consciously connect to the stability of the earth. As you're drawing the legs slightly down, begin to lift up through your lower belly, a gentle engagement through the abdominal wall, lengthening through the heart, lengthening through the crown of the head. Gently tuck the chin, ensuring that the neck is long, and take your inner gaze to the space between the eyebrows. As you inhale, feel a sense of lengthening, of getting taller, of becoming more spacious. And as you exhale, feel a sense of grounding, a sense of stabilizing and centering. Again, like this, inhaling to lengthen and widen and become more spacious. And as you exhale, grounding, connecting, and centering. One more time, inhaling to lengthen and expand, exhaling to ground and connect. Bringing the hands now into the heart center, pressing through the palms. Take a moment to feel the heat between your hands, the power of creation, the power of service. Breathing in and breathing out. Let's point ourselves in a positive direction through our practice today. And we'll consecrate the space with the sound of Om, breathing in. Om. Inhaling. And exhale, gently bow your head towards your hands, towards your heart center. With your head down, open the eyes, see your hands, interlace the fingers, lift up through the crown of the head and reach the arms forward. As you breathe in, stretch the arms up towards the ceiling, reaching through the heels of the hands. As you exhale, round the spine and bring the arms forward at about the level of the shoulders, a gentle tucking of the chin. Inhaling to lift the arms up, lift the chest, look up towards the hands, and exhale, round the spine deeply. Again, inhaling, deep breath in to lengthen, and exhale, deep breath out to round. Breathing in, reach the arms up to the sky. As you exhale, just fan the arms out so that the fingers come back down to the ground. Reach your left arm out to the left. Take your right arm up and over the right side body, the right side of the face, and spin the chest up to the sky. Big side bend here. Breathing in and breathing out. Inhale and exhale. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Inhale, come up through center, engage a bit through your core. Reach your right arm out to the right, left arm up and over, stretching into the left waist. Gentle spin of the chest towards the sky. Inhaling and exhale. Breathing in, breathing out. Let's give it one more breath in and really stretch as we breathe out. Inhale, come all the way up through center. Open both arms into a wide T. Circle the arms behind you, interlacing the fingers. Draw the heels of the shoulders towards one another. Lift up through the collarbones as you inhale. On your exhale, gently tuck the chin and just let the head dangle towards the ground, opening through the back of the neck, the sides of the shoulders, using your breath. As you breathe in, lift up through the crown of the head. Exhale, release the hands. Come forward onto your hands and your knees, and we'll begin our cat-cow. Bringing the wrists underneath the shoulders, bringing the knees underneath the hips, and the feet are in line with the knees. As you inhale, scoop the chest towards the sky, lift the tailbone. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, lifting the chest, lifting the tailbone, gazing up towards the sky, and exhale, rounding the spine. Again, breathing in to lengthen, and exhale to round. Coming into a neutral spine, pausing here, drawing the navel gently in and up. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, tuck the toes, lengthen the legs back into your downward facing dog pose. In your down dog, feel free to pedal out through your feet, sway the hips a bit from side to side, stretch into the backs of the legs, getting to know what you are feeling today, where your body is at. Let's spread through the fingers nice and wide, feeling that we're lengthening through the arm bones, bringing the shoulders a little bit away from the ears. Draw the navel gently in and up so you've got a fair connection to your core. As you inhale, come forward into a plank pose. Wrists should land just underneath the shoulders. Make any adjustments so that you feel long in your plank. Draw your low belly in and up. Lift the hips slightly. Reach through the backs of the heels. Take another inhale. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Breathing in, coming into your plank position. Bring the knees to the floor, coming back into a child's pose. Stretch the fingers forward. Encourage the hips to get a little bit closer to the heels of the feet. Feel the sides of the body beginning to lengthen. Bring a deeper breath into your lower back. Bring a deeper breath into the middle of your back. Bring a deeper breath into the space between the shoulder blades, the very back side of the heart. As you breathe in, come forward to your hands and your knees. Tuck the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Plank pose, breathing in. Child's pose, breathing out. Inhaling, hands and knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Plank pose, breathing in. Child's pose, breathing back. Inhaling, hands and knees. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog as you exhale. Come forward into a plank pose, breathing in. Child's pose as you breathe out. Let's stay there. Take another moment to just stretch through the sides of the waist, reach the fingerprints forward, press the sits bones towards the heels. Deep breath in and a deeper breath out. From here, we're going to lift up onto our hands and our knees, gently drop the hips forward and explore a modified upward facing dog. As you exhale, you'll come all the way back towards this child's pose. Your head may or may not touch the ground. As you breathe in, coming forward, making your way into this modified up dog, the knees can stay to the ground. Exhale, child's pose, lengthening back and just feeling this gentle undulation through the spine. Breathing in to come forward towards that upward facing shape. Exhale into your child's pose. And as you inhale, let's come forward into that upward facing dog. Let's press the tops of the feet down to lift the knees and the thighs off of the ground. Roll the heads of the shoulders back behind us. Lift through the collarbones. Maybe lift up a little bit taller through the chin, opening the throat. Give it a deep breath in. Downward facing dog. You can curl the toes, or if you need to, gently drop the knees and then straighten the legs back behind you. So this will be our vinyasa today, this modification. You can come into this up dog flow. You could stay with child's pose into hands and knees. Do whatever feels best for you today. Let's take a breath in to come forward into a plank pose. Child's pose as we breathe out. Make our way forward to that up dog variation on the inhale, or hands and knees. Downward facing dog on the exhale. Gently lift the right leg up and back on the breath in. Let's bend the knee, opening through the hip. Inhale, straighten through the right leg. As you exhale, step the foot to the outside of the right hand. From here, gently drop your back knee down to the ground. And let's see if we can bring our elbows underneath our shoulders. And you might even take your blocks here to give you a little bit of support. And if this feels like too much, just stay on your palms and walk your hands a little bit forward to increase the intensity. As you breathe in, think of lengthening the spine away from the hips. And as you exhale, drop the hips gently towards the ground. Breathing in, lengthening the spine, lengthening the crown of the head. The chin is slightly tucked. Exhale, releasing through the hips. Breathing in, finding that sense of space, that sense of expansion. And as you exhale, a bit of grounding and connecting. Walk your hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck the back toes, lift up the back knee, take an inhale. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Inhale the left leg up to the sky. Exhale to bend the knee and roll the left hip open. Inhale, straighten through the left leg. Exhale, step your left foot to the outside of the left hand. Again, we'll drop the back knee to the ground and take the elbows underneath the shoulders, making any modifications or adjustments here. Breathing in, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, softening through the hips. Inhaling to lengthen, creating a little more space. Exhale, surrendering through the leg. Breathing in and breathing out. Walking the hands underneath the shoulders, tucking the back toes, lifting up through the back knee. Take an inhale to prepare. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Take it forward to a plank pose as you breathe in. Child's pose as you breathe out. Deep breath in to make your way all the way through to that upward facing variation. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Staying there, taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Take your right leg up and back as you breathe in, bending the knee, opening through the hip. Straighten into the right leg on the inhale. Step the foot to the outside of your right hand as you exhale. This time, bringing the back knee down to the ground, you can either repeat the same shape as before, or take the right arm up to the sky, circle it back behind you, and see if you can grab hold of the left foot or even the left ankle. Inhaling, feel a sense of lifting through the spine. As you exhale, drop a bit into the hips. Inhaling to open through the heart, energetically lift and expand. Exhaling, sink a little deeper, go into the intensity. Inhale deep and exhale. Let's release the right hand. Let's bring both hands underneath both shoulders. Tuck the back toes, lift up through the back knee. Take a solid breath in. Downward facing dog. Press all the way back. Engage through the core. Left leg lifting up and back. Deep breath. Bend the knee and open through the hip. Inhaling to straighten the left leg. Exhale to step the foot to the outside of the left hand. Back knee to the ground, either repeating the original shape or taking the variation, left arm lifting up, reaching it back, taking hold of the right foot, maybe the right ankle. Inhaling to lengthen and lift, exhaling to fold the hips. Breathing in and breathing out. Inhale to open through the heart, energetically lifting through the collarbones, and exhale to drop a little deeper into the hips. Release your left hand. Let's take both hands underneath both shoulders, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, take an inhale to prepare, downward facing dog as you exhale. Coming forward into your plank pose, breathing in. Child's pose as you breathe out. Inhaling towards that up dog variation, downward facing dog as you exhale. Breathing in and a deep breath out. Take the right leg up and back behind you, inhaling. Bend the knee, opening through the hip. Straighten through the right leg on the inhale. Exhale, step the foot to the outside of the right hand. This time we'll keep the back leg lifted, reach the right arm up to the sky and begin to twist the chest towards the right thigh and then up towards the ceiling. Stacking through the shoulders as best as possible, reaching through your back heel. Let that left leg be activated and strong to support the lengthening of the spine and the opening of the heart. Let's take a deeper breath in. See if we can twist a little deeper as we exhale. Inhale your right hand down to the ground. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Take your left leg up and back, breathing in. Bend the knee and open through the hip. Straighten through the left leg as you inhale. Step the foot to the outside of your left hand. Keep the back leg lifted. Left arm is up to the sky. Spinning the chest open slowly, stacking through the shoulders, feeling that energy move from the heart center to the fingertips. Give it a deeper breath in. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhale your left hand to the ground. Exhale, downward facing dog. Press the legs back. Take it forward to a plank pose as you inhale. Child's pose as you exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog variation. Downward facing dog as you breathe out. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth. Exhale, let it go. Take your right leg up and back as you breathe in. Step the foot to the outside of your right hand. This time, spin your back heel to the ground like you would for a warrior two, and take your left arm up to the ceiling, and you're in this widened variation of extended side angle. You can keep the arms stacked, you can keep reaching through the left fingerprints up towards the ceiling, and now you're spinning the right ribs towards the ceiling, leaning a bit into that right thigh, into the right hip. Press through your back heel, your left foot, and strengthen through your left leg so you get this line of energy beginning to awaken. Take your left arm over your ear for a breath. Circle it to the ground. Take an inhale here. Downward facing dog, step it all the way back. Take your left leg up and back as you breathe in. Step the foot to the outside of your left hand. Spin your right heel to the ground, reach your right arm up to the sky. You're in this wide extended variation. Focus on stacking the shoulders, leaning a bit into your inner left leg. Tuck the tailbone slightly forward and press your back foot heavy into the ground. Energize the body here. Take your right arm over your ear as you inhale. Circle it to the ground as you exhale. Spin up the back heel. Take a breath in to prepare. Downward facing dog as you breathe out. Plank pose, breathing in. Child's pose, breathing out. Inhale, upward dog variation or staying on the hands and knees. Downward facing dog, breathing back. Take your right leg up and back, breathing in. Step the foot to the outside of your right hand. Back heel to the ground, left arm to the sky, extended angle variation. Let's take a breath in. Let's stay for the breath out. Reach your left arm over your ear as you inhale. Circle it to the ground. We're going to walk to the left and land in between both legs. Pigeon toe the feet or square the feet. Lengthen the spine as you breathe and lift the chest, straighten the arms. Exhale, bend the elbows. Bring the crown of the head towards the ground and walk the hands a bit back in space so the elbows are directly above the wrists. The fingers are pointing forward, palms are to the earth. Breathing in and breathing out. And now just focus on your breath. Roll the weight of the body towards the toes. Make sure you're not hyperextending in the knees, which means keep a slight bend in the backs of the knees. Engage the thighs. Let the legs get very strengthened here. And zip up through your low belly. Try to engage the Mula Bandh, the root lock at the base of the spine, as well as the Uddiyana Bandh, really reaching the navel point in and up. And if you don't know what that means, don't worry. We will teach it to you soon enough. Let's give it another breath in and a deeper breath out. As you breathe in, come into a flat back. Walk the hands forward, lift the chest. Exhale, low lunge at the top of the mat. Walk towards your right leg, spin up the back heel. Take an inhale, downward facing dog as you exhale. Left leg lifting up as you breathe in. Step the foot to the outside of your left hand. Take your right heel to the ground, right arm up to the sky. Big breath in, flowering open through the chest. Stay to breathe out. Reach your right arm over your ear as you breathe in and circle the arm to the ground. Walk to the right. We come in between the legs once again. Now you can stay with the same variation, or this time yogi toe lock your big toes, or maybe grab hold of the ankles. Inhale, lift the chest, and as you exhale, you're going to bend your elbows and bring the crown of the head towards the earth. Work at your pace here. This can be a very intense shape depending on your limitations. Most important is that you're breathing well and you're not going beyond your edge here. If this means you need to keep your hands to the ground and keep the chest a little more lifted as opposed to folded, that's absolutely okay. Honor wherever you're at in this shape. Let's give it another breath in and a deep breath out. Lengthen the spine as you inhale. And let's walk towards the front leg, coming into a low lunge. Take a deep breath in and step it back to downward facing dog. Let's take it forward to a plank pose, breathing in. Child's pose, breathing out. Coming forward into your upward dog variation, lifting through the chest. Downward facing dog as we exhale. Let's walk the feet as wide as the mat, and let's walk the hands towards the legs. Let's come to the back of the mat. Take a moment here to just fold into the legs. You can grab opposite arm bones. You could bend one knee and then the other, swaying the spine from right to left, shaking the head yes, shaking the head no. Let's shake it yes again. Let's say yes, yes, yes. On your exhale, release your hands to the ground. Make sure that you can touch the earth. Widen the toes slightly out, and we're going to come into a squat. So we're going to bring the seat down, prayer the hands in front of the heart. Another option is to make a fist with one hand and take the palm around the fist. This can sometimes help if you're having any sensitivity in your wrists. And we're sort of pressing the arms into the legs to open the hips a bit more. Think of dropping the tailbone down, lifting through the belly, lifting through your core, your center, coming up tall through the crown of the head. Peel open the chest. Feel free to close the eyes, go a bit more internal here as you work on your breath. Notice where the weight is at in the feet. If you feel like your weight is to the outer edges of the feet, see if you can bring the weight a little more balanced towards the inner edges, towards the heels of the feet, the balls of the feet. Finding a deep sense of stability and really bringing that root chakra close to the earth, helping us to balance our sense of stability, to really trust ourselves, to trust our walk in life. Let's give it another breath in and a deeper breath out. From here, take your left arm in front of your left shin, the palm or the fingerprints to the ground. Reach your right arm up to the sky and take a nice twist open, opening through the heart. I like to think of this shape like expanding my wings, the heart energy moving from fingerprint to fingerprint, keeping the hips open, keeping the weight evenly distributed through the feet. So there's a bit of a balance happening here as well. Take another inhale. And as you exhale, bring the prayer into the chest, lifting up through the spine, and take the right arm out. Take the left arm up, open into your wingspan, your light, your creativity. Big breath in. And exhale, take the hands into the chest. Take a breath here. Let's fold forward on the breath out. Bring the fingers to the ground, lift the seat, go nice and slow. Heel toe your feet about hip width. Yogi toe lock your big toes. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, bend your elbows, bring the chin in towards the shins. Roll the weight towards the balls of the feet, lift up through the navel. Breathing deeply here. Feel the calm of the mind directly below the heart. If you need to bend the backs of the knees, absolutely fine. Follow your breath, becoming a little more intimate with the sound of your breath, the quality of your breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Let's lift the spine on the inhale and exhale, fold gently, releasing the hands from the feet. Let's walk the hands forward. Let's make our way back into our downward facing dog. Come forward into a plank pose as you inhale. Take it to your child's pose, and this time let's rest in child's pose. You can bring the elbows to the ground, the forehead is to the ground. You can widen the knees a little bit more if that feels sweet for you. And just breathe and observe. Observe the energy that is moving through your system at this point. Observing the texture of your thoughts if you feel a bit more present and in the moment. The heat that's flowing through you, the energy that's flowing through you, and take a moment to give yourself a positive reinforcement, some positive affirmations. Be kind to yourself, love yourself, thank yourself. These types of affirmations can feel a little bit cheesy in the beginning when we're doing them, but as we build the consistency of those affirmations, we can really convince ourselves that we are worthy of love and worthy of all of the good things in this world, good relationships, health and well-being. Let's take a deeper breath in and a deep breath out. Come forward to your hands and knees on the inhale. Let's tuck the toes, downward facing dog. From here, we'll bring the right shin forward for a pigeon pose setup. Walk the left leg back behind you so that the hips can fall towards the ground. The right knee is moving towards your right wrist. The right heel of the foot can come slightly inwards depending on your flexibility. Take any padding if you feel like some padding underneath that right sits bone is going to support you here. Go ahead and set that up. Inhale to lift up through the heart center. And as you exhale, walk the hands forward. Think of stretching the spine long to come down. You can make a pillow with your hands for your forehead or also set up a blanket or a block here. You want to keep the hips square, so if you feel like you're rolling over to your right side, you want to adjust so that you feel like that left hip is equally falling in alignment with the right. As you inhale, just think about the spine lengthening and opening. And as you exhale, give your body full permission to fall towards the earth without any resistance here. Just let yourself melt into this posture. Following your breath, continuing those positive affirmations, sending a lot of light and healing to your physical body, being very kind to yourself if you've been going through any difficult time lately, or maybe you're making some mistakes, as we say, mistaking of the moment. Letting yourself off the hook where you're able to. And also owning up to anything that you might need to own up to. Let's take a few more rounds of breath here. We'll take another inhale and an exhale. Very good. You're going to go slow as you need to go. Walk your hands in, come up tall. We're going to roll to the right side of the body and circle the left leg around, and we're just going to swing the right leg back behind us, and we're going to set up a pigeon pose from here. So again, taking the left shin forward, the knee towards the left wrist, the heel of the foot can come slightly in, depending on your flexibility. Walk your right leg back in space, walk your hands in, lift up through your heart. This is the place to put some padding underneath you if you feel it necessary to help keep you a bit more even and supported. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, walk your hands forward, stretch the spine forward. See if you can bring your forehead to the ground or onto some padding. Sometimes being up on the forearms, on the elbows, can also bring you to a certain level of intensity that might feel more productive than bringing the forehead all the way down. So take a moment, feel what setup is good for you today, and honor that this side of the body might be very different from the last side. Start to drop into your breath. The power of yoga is not just in the physical body, but the energy body. And what we're working to do through these physical postures is to open the energy channels. In the yoga philosophy, we call these channel nadis. You have 72,000, or maybe even a whole lot more, as some texts say. In Chinese medicine, they refer to it as the meridians, as well as with acupuncture and acupressure. So you have this energetic system within you. And as we move through each asana, each posture, we open those channels, which also deeply impacts our organs and our emotions and our mind. Let's take a few more breaths here. Take another breath in and a breath out. Very good. Let's walk the hands in. Let's come up. roll to your left side, circle your right leg around you, and let's make our way down onto our backs. Take a moment, hug the knees into your chest, adjust yourself so you're sitting on your mat well or you're lying there well. And then we're just going to step the feet to the floor, bring the knees to touch, widen the feet as wide as the mat. You could take the hands onto the body, maybe the left hand towards the belly, the right hand towards the heart, or you could open the arms wide or in a cactus shape. So just take a moment, feel where your arms want to be. Close the eyes, tuck the chin slightly. We call this a constructive rest. This kind of tricks your body into thinking that it's getting a lot more rest for a minimal amount of time. Feel your spine on the earth and feel your heart. Feel the energy around your heart, the nectar of the heart, the sweetness there. Allow that energy to open and to flow through you. Breathe in and breathe out. Take a deep breath in and a deeper breath out. And from here, we're going to lengthen the legs forward and we'll come into our Shavasana. Feel free to bring any padding underneath the backs of the legs, maybe a blanket over you. Let's take the arms open, the palms face the sky. Tuck the shoulder blades underneath the body so that heart feels open and stable. Maybe even tucking the tailbone so that you feel the lower back has a lot of space. You can close the eyes here if you're comfortable. If not, try to keep the gaze steady on one point that isn't moving. This is very helpful for keeping the thoughts still. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth and exhale. Let it go. Allow your body to completely dissolve, integrating all of the benefits of this practice today, practicing letting go of all of our attachments, all of our responsibilities, our titles, our duties, dissolving into the earth. Finding a deeper breath in and a deeper breath out. Let's begin to move gently through the fingers and the toes, the wrists and the ankles, the knees and the elbows, the hips and the shoulders. You can reach the arms above your head. Take a very generous stretch through your whole body. And then we'll step the feet to the ground and you'll roll over to one side and wrap the arms around the body, come into this fetal position. This is a great moment to just thank yourself for coming to your practice today, thanking the body for the health that we have, our senses, the heart, the mind. And we'll slowly bring ourselves up into a tall seat, coming into a meditative seat. Sit comfortably. And let's bring the hands together at the heart center. Close the eyes. Take a moment here and notice how you feel, what you were able to create through this practice today. The connection that you feel, the empowerment that you feel, pointing ourselves in a positive direction through our practice. Extending the great benefits of our practice beyond ourselves, that others might also benefit from our time here, and our practice today can be of service in some small way. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out, we'll close with one Om, breathing in. Bowing to each other and all of our teachers on this path. Namaste, Namaskar, Satnam, Shanti, Shalom, Pash, peace, peace, peace. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you soon.